Xiao. 3 more days to go. How long have we been waiting? It's been a few months and 3 days are left. So MiHoYo just released some more information about upcoming events just some moments ago. And basically there are some fan art events, also some more information, especially about the upcoming 1 Billion Primogems event that's coming on the February of 19th. That's going to be exciting, and also a little bit more information about the sword. And then finally we'll have a look at the Tivat Times news update that has just come out a few moments ago. With that, let's just jump into it. So for anyone who loves drawing fan art and completing your original artwork, this is going to be another very exciting event for the Sea of Light fan art event. Basically, you create Genshin Impact fan art based on the theme of Sea of Light. So first off, we have the fan art event, A Sea of Light. And for those of you who love drawing fan arts and creating your original artwork, this event is going to be super exciting. And I'm excited as well, even though I'm not an art creator. But so basically post your work on for the chance to be richly rewarded with a lot of Primogems. There are a lot of event rewards which we'll be going through, as well as a year subscription of Adobe or apps, Clip Studio Paints, and Adobe Photoshop. Isn't that interesting? So how you participate is in accordance to submit criteria. Java will create Genshin Impact fan arts on theme of a Sea of Light. So, and there are also no stylistic limitation. Right, so basically the limitation is there are no limitation in terms of how you create your art on the theme based on a Sea of Light. Wow, I just love Lantern's event, and I'm going to be really excited to see different fan arts coming in terms of this theme. So I'm really looking forward to that. Billboard section of the Genshin Impact community, making sure to add the topic. So that is basically the step to be, participating. Is pretty simple. Now the event duration is from the 18th of February to the 24th. So you still have around 3 weeks to work on this, which is quite some time before the event actually arrives. And the judging time will be from the 25th to the 10th of March. So roughly like 2 weeks of judging for the rewards to come out. And then voting time for everyone is from the 18th of February to the 5th of March. Right, so basically the results is going to come out on the 11th to the 16th of March. So you should be able to expect the result in, over a month's time in this event. Now comes to the event rewards, which is interesting because there are going to be 5 gold medals, 10 silver medals, and 15 bronze and other related rewards as well. So gold medals, you get 10,000 Primogems and also Adobe All Apps of 1 year subscription. Now Adobe All Apps actually consists of, I believe, over 100 Adobe apps for 1 year subscription. So that's going to be a lot. And for silver medal, that would be up to 5,000 Primogems, as well as Adobe Photoshop for 1 year. And bronze, we have Clip Studio Paint EX for 1 year and a lot of other stuff. So that, 10,000 is a lot. Obviously, there are a lot of prizes out on this event, so that should keep things interesting. So participation, and then now we come to submission criteria. Finished work should be colored. So everything should be colored, no, black and white drawings. Draft and incomplete work will not be considered. When uploading finished work, should include pictures of their works in progress as supplementary evidence. Okay, so you should be taking pictures as you go along when you create your designs, and aside from artist's signature, the finished work must not contain letters, words, or characters as well. Yeah, and also travelers should name their work in the artwork, which is, I'm pretty sure that, mandatory since all of the artwork should already have your names on it. Travelers should sign their names in any of the four corners of the work. Please turn off watermark functions as illustrated in the image below. Okay, so that's basically how you submit criteria. Now there are some of the event rules that be aware of as well. Travelers should stick to a theme of Sea of Light, so that's the most important part because that's the whole point of this event. Submission are files under 10 megabytes. JPEGs, participant can post a maximum of 5 submissions. So up to 5 artwork, which each submission consists of a single work. The same work cannot be submitted more than once. With addition, submission of the same work become ineligible for rewards. However, artists can win more than 1 rewards. So, the more artworks you're able to design, the more chance you will be voted for your artwork. Works of the following nature will be removed by our staff, so those with content that violates the community rules, those that plagiarize or defraud of the other artworks, those with no relation to Genshin Impact in-game content, and those which seek to spread malicious rumors or discredit of the game or its characters. I believe that should be mandatory in terms of the rules of removal from the staff. Okay, so these are the steps for submission. So if a participant's successfully submission is flagged and found to have plagiarized or defrauded the work of another artist during the result stage or after the event itself, the reward will be rescinded by the official Genshin Impact. Okay, yeah. So basically that's all of the event. It looks really exciting and can't wait to see all of the different artwork coming in terms of this theme. Now moving on, we have some new information. So basically, MiHoYo have designed a whole website static just about Xiao. Now look at that design. I believe this was a part from the video trailer we saw the other day on Xiao, but this theme just looks impressive. Like the artwork design, I just basically love it. Love all the work that they are, promoting Xiao obviously, but they're putting in some amazing work with this. And with that, also have another static image of Xiao. Looks pretty cool, and this is, more in terms of its normal attack and combos, which we've already covered the other day. Awesome, can't wait to try it out when he comes out. And now we can take a look at the new 5-star Primordial Jade Cutter Sword and this. Now I don't really know exactly how well this sword is going to be, and I don't know if this is actually the official information yet. I believe it is, but looking from the base attack, it actually has lower attack than many of the other 4-star and 5-star swords. Right, so it also has crit rate like the Black Sword in the Battle Pass event, and we can see that the passive abilities is actually HP increase. Interesting, and additionally provides an attack bonus based on 1.2% of the wielder's max HP. So this is a very HP based character sword. And so looking from this, what comes to mind is actually Bennett. I have a feeling would best benefit from this because firstly, the more HP he has, the more HP he will be able to recover for the team member with his elemental skill. So HP increase and the sword user would work for Bennett, and also I don't know if we'll be using Bennett to attack that much, but from what I'm seeing, it makes the most sense for Bennett, and also maybe Jean as well, because Jean is a healer, and also I believe, now I don't remember correctly what Jean's passive is, but I remember that's probably the more HP she has. Oh, the more attack Jean has, the more HP she actually recovers. Okay. So I don't think this sword is going to benefit Jean too much. Now, like seriously, having a sword in coming out on Xiao's banner, I don't know how much benefit that's going to be doing. So I don't really see too much of a benefit having the 5-star sword coming out during this time. Now, there's also the Lantern Rite Tales event that's coming out on February 10th. So what I'm looking here is that this event obviously is Xiao related as well. So from whenever we have that update of patch 1.3, what we'll basically have is Xiao banner and also Xiao storyline. So everyone's going to have like 7 days to complete Xiao's story quest, because you've got to complete his story quest in order to move forward with the event, according to what we saw from the special program that MiHoYo had the other day. Next things that's interesting other than the event Sea of Light is that on February 19th there is an event where we possibly can get, for sharing 1 billion Primogems with other travelers, split that as rewards. So light 5 kinds of Xiao lanterns and split a rewards of 1 billion Primogems with other travelers. Other traveler here probably means every single players in Genshin Impact. Now I don't know exactly how many players actually playing Genshin Impact also during the event, but let's say 1 million players actually hops and complete this event, so probably we'll have around 100 for each. So this is really kind of like a community event, which is interesting because we don't really have that before, and it just basically helps the community grow together as a whole. And also this is kind of like a lantern event, where if you see lantern event in real life, then obviously it's kind of like a festival where everyone at that festival lights up lanterns and have it flow on the water or have it flies into the sky. So making this into an event of a community also, it sounds really interesting, even though I don't think that will be getting too much Primogem for each, but it still sounds interesting anyway. Okay, cool. So next we have the Tivat Times, and it just updated very recently, 18 hours ago, just pops 19, but there are some interesting information and we'll have a look right here. Okay, check out all the interesting things happening in Tivat in the Tivat Times issue number 4. So let's have a look, okay? One traveler journeyed by sea from Mondstadt's Stormbearer points all the way to Liyue Harbor in 7 hours. Journeyed by sea from Mondstadt's Stormbearer points all the way to Liyue Harbor. Journey by sea here probably means that you either swim or you use Kaya or any ice element character to help you walk on the sea, if I'm getting this correctly. That sounds, I don't know, because obviously, I mean, I have to congratulate him on especially his effort putting in all of that 7 hours walking on water and try not to fall down and then messed up, right? So that's interesting. Also, another traveler successfully walked. Yes, walked, not ran, the entire way from Mondstadt to Liyue Harbor in 87 minutes. Now, I don't really know what to say about this because it does sound interesting, but actually I have already done that, right? If anyone actually remembers Mona's story quest, where you almost where we start. Now I don't want any kind of spoilers here in terms of anyone hasn't played Mona's story quest, but basically you start at Liyue and you end at Mondstadt City. And now how I usually play Genshin Impact is that every single time I'm in the quest, because I know that we don't often have a character quest, so what I do in a story quest whenever I play is that I don't use fast travel. right? There's no fast travel in my story playthrough. So I can totally understand that. And you know, 87 minutes is, I can probably walk that faster. It probably only takes like 10 or 15 minutes if you don't get any sidetrack from Mondstadt to Liyue. So anyway, congrats to him. That sounds interesting. So as of today, over 1,500,000 travelers has been struck by lightning. Yeah, I've tried that and then I got struck. So finally, I think during the patch before, we didn't really have lightning as much, or you know, trying to get struck by lightning is, you know, was a lot harder than before. So that was how it is. Nearly 6,000 travelers has been struck lightning twice in a row. Twice in a row? Does that mean like you stand in one spot, just standing there, and then lightning is struck? Could be. And nearly 2,400 travelers has been killed by lightning. Okay, I don't remember how much damage lightning actually does, but it's probably, I think, 1/3 of my HP from Kuching, who has around 20,000, who has 20,000 HP. Okay, so each day, 10,000 traveler hunts down, defeat unusual holy trolls. Now I haven't done or hunts unusual holy trolls because I don't think we get too much rewards from that, so I don't really have the motivation to do it. And now this one's interesting. One traveler kept himself busy gathering 1,099 portions of raw meat in a single day. How many days did he actually do that? And 1,900? Does that mean like, so let's say each boar actually gives you 2 meat portion. Now he must be killing at least around over 500 boars in order to get that amount of meat. Does that amount of boar actually exist every single day? Because probably yes. Otherwise he can't really do anything or get that much in a single day, right? During the commission food delivery, yeah, I love the food delivery commission. That was a really fun event. I wish we have more of that because that was a really good event. So nearly 66,000 traveler ate delicious fried radish bowl that they were meant to give Ernest. Gotcha. I don't know why you want to eat that. I almost never use food for my character, so I don't actually know. According to the latest Dragon Spine data, an average of 95,274 bonfires are lit in the region every day. That's what I did to keep me warm. And another average of nearly 200,000 travelers don't quite make it to the bonfire in time and die of sheer cold. I got that. And now this is interesting as well, like nearly 35,000 travelers have gotten too close to the bonfire while trying to warm up and ended up dying to pyro damage. That's what happened to me. Like I used D-Lug to warm up a bonfire, and that at that point I was like having 1 HP left on my character. I stayed too close and I died. So I understand how that felt. Right? 2,368 travelers suffering from sheer cold have made it to a bonfire with his 1 HP remaining, so that is a very super close call. Today, the Great Snowball King has defeated, well, nearly 1 million traveler, with traveler beating the challenge 70% of the time, okay? Top 3, 361 traveler have collected the Crimson Gate, not including those awarded in weekly quests. That it's a very small number in terms of how many people are playing. So yeah, it's a very consuming task to find Crimson Agate, especially when we don't really have a compass for finding that like the other Animoculus yet. So right, we just have to spend a lot more time finding Crimson Gate at that way. One player was defeated by Frostborn Miracle 144 times in the single player mode before finally beating the challenge. Wow, in single player mode. I know, yeah, the Frostborn Miracle challenge was pretty darn hard if you don't know, at least normally starting out, if you don't know how to beat that leyline flower. And I know that was a pretty tough challenge. And finally, the fastest traveler beat Frostborn Miracles in 15 seconds. Yeah, I believe I saw that clip. That was one of the Chinese player who beat in 15 seconds, and the strongest single bout damage was 764,626. So those are a lot of stats that's coming in. And yeah, like also another mini silly. I don't know which one you guys chose, so comment down below which mini silly you guys actually chose. I chose the rose. And I know that a lot of people just say that the mini silly actually reminded them of the wish system, that, you know, the yellow silly actually means a 5-star. I said the pink one actually resembles the 4-star, and obviously the blue one resembles, you know, normal 3 stars. And so that probably makes sense why a lot of people chose 50% of the yellow mini silly. Obviously the yellow mini silly actually looks nice, but I believe that a lot of my characters fits for pink silly as well, so that's why I chose. And more numbers in terms of lighting challenge, and a lot of other small numbers in terms of mil. Cool. So I hope those are some interesting numbers in terms of Tivat Time that I've run through with you guys. I'm guessing that's all in terms of news on Genshin Impact for today. Xiao is going to be coming very soon. Super excited. I will be rolling for him when he arrives, and yeah, can't wait to see how everything goes on that part. So if you like the video, please make sure to press the like button, and if there's any comment you'd like to make or share any feedback for me to how I can make my videos better, just feel free to drop down the comment. And as always, if you're new here, consider subscribing, because I post a lot of different Genshin Impact commentary and I play the game every single day, and also that would support me a whole lot. And as always, this is Tom, wishing you a super day.